Hey, hello, how are you? Hope you're doing great, and welcome to Road Odyssey. Hey, hello, how are you? Hope y'all are doing great. Please subscribe down below. Thank you very much, and thank you to all of y'all who have subscribed. You are great for putting up with me and all of my insanity. So, this video is about my week of leading up to getting my Corvette, and it was an interesting week because virtually every single car I own had to be worked on, and still does basically. So when you have a bunch of cars, well, I don't have like a ton, so we have 5 cars, they always need some pampering. And so while pampering these cars with money and other people's labor, saw some other really cool cars, and I just wanted to get that into this video and use this stuff to leading up to me getting the Corvette, and just wanted to include you in this thrill ride of a week. So, hey, whatever, gotta have fun, right? So anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this video. Welcome to my very busy week. My week started with having to take care of the tank, the GMC Yukon. The starter was going out and had to go get that fixed. While waiting on the Yukon, had to get the C8 Corvette inspected and tagged. The next day we had to get the Jaguar F-Type oiled. While doing that, saw this 1965 T-Bird in the garage, very lovely. Our third day of the week, had to get a piece of bone out of the tire of the Jaguar. While there, also had to buy new front tires. They were worn down. While at the tire shop, saw this really cool brand new Ford Bronco. Really cool car. Also this Ford STI has been very much upgraded and tuned. Really cool car. Also a Lexus RCF. A beautiful car. Really like this. I kind of considered this for a car for my wife. Before buying the Corvette, I really did do a lot of research. I wanted a supercar. Ferrari, Lamborghini, Porsche. Even looked at the little Alfa Romeo 4C. So my price range was below 130 grand, but that meant I had to typically look at older cars. Not interested in that too much. I did not want high maintenance cost, so this really narrowed my ability to find a good supercar. Also wanted the supercar, whatever it may be, to be a good touring car, and the 4C, the Ferrari, and the Lamborghini were just not very good in that category. So after looking at my master plan for what I wanted to get, supercars just didn't make it. They're not good daily drivers, and to some degree, but they fit being recognizable, good for YouTube, good for cruise events, things like that. And yes, they're very fun, but I could never afford modifying them. The reliability is a little iffy. Maintenance is really expensive. And are they actually affordable? Yeah, barely. But they can be a money pit as well. Does a supercar work for me? Basically, no. So what did I do last year when I did this analysis? I got a C7 Corvette, and it checked off every single box. Daily driver, recognizable, YouTube, cruises, fun, modifiable, reliable, maintenance cost, affordable, period, and it's not a money pit. So this car was fantastic. Carbon fiber everywhere, 3LT, Z51. It was a beautiful car. Really, really loved it. But I did know something was coming in the air when I saw the C8 Corvette. I kept my eye on the C8 Corvette for several months, and finally in September, the first week of September of 2020, I put in an order. So I really liked the looks of this thing. I went down to my dealership, placed my order, which I've got a video on this, And eventually, a few months later, I unloaded the C8 Corvette. It wasn't something that my wife was really, she loved it, but we wanted to look for something different for her. So we went and looked at probably about 14 cars. And out of all of those, I made a video for sports cars that are good for short people. That was really fun. And then the video on when we did get the Jaguar F-Type for her. So getting back to the C8 Corvette, I had made a video saying that no, do not pay over MSRP. All the reasons you're being told to do so are rationalizations, so be very careful. Furthermore, the prices of the Corvettes, last year and at the beginning of this year, they're astronomical. They could be up to $150,000. So you're talking maybe 70 grand over MSRP? I said no. So I made a video about it, why I waited and never to pay over MSRP. Furthermore, I made some videos on the C8 production and how just kind of wiggly woggly on and off it has been. Still, I saw Corvette prices coming down as far as the used market was concerned and people flipping them, even though they could still be pretty high. So anyway, I went back to my dealership, talked to them, and said, hey, it looks like I'm not going to be getting my order for another 6 months to a year. So I thought, well, that's just not really very good. I was, fairly disappointed. And really on the inside, I was quite anxious and freaking out. So I thought, okay, let's just take a break. And like Pooh Bear, just kind of think about this and double check my plans. I went back to my master plan to see if paying over MSRP would work. And yes, it would, but I had to stay within a budget. My budget was about 20 grand over, which is about 100,000 to 110,000, somewhere in there. Well, found this 3LT Z51 with GT2 seats, carbon fiber and flash all over, etc., etc. Beautiful car. 383 miles on it, which is suspicious, but it is what it is. And looked at it on the internet. It seemed to have pretty nice bells and whistles to it. Talked to my wife, and she's like, yeah, do whatever you want. Went out to Kelley Blue Book, did some analysis there, roamed the internet again, looked for prices of Corvettes, and went out to the configurator and kind of tried to determine basically what was being sold, and figured out that it should be about an $83,000 to $88,000 car. Talked to my wife again, and also looked at my budget to double check that I could go 20 grand over MSRP. So, my final analysis, yes, I could afford to go 20 grand over MSRP. Went to the dealership Friday, put down my money, bought the car, and yes, that made me a hypocrite because I paid over MSRP, but I did it because I personally can afford it, and I have a video explaining myself so that y'all will know exactly why I say all this. And anyway, it is what it is. I bought the C8 20 grand over. So while we were at the dealership, got a couple of pictures here and some videos of the C8 Corvette before, really leaving the place and doing a test drive and all that. And then eventually I'm going to show you some more videos of the cars at the dealership. They're really beautiful. you very much for watching this video. I certainly do appreciate it. Please subscribe down below. Thank you very much. And it was a very tiring week. A lot of money spent and a lot of things going on. And my next video following this will be about my first 2 events using the C8 Corvette. So going to a cruise-in and then going in a parade. So that's what I've got coming up next. Aside from other backlogged videos that are coming up. So hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you enjoy what I have coming up in the very near future. So with that, y'all have a fantastic day. Relax, take it easy, and I will see you later. Bye.